The following videos are excerpts and summaries from a series of books of science fiction. The views expressed are largely those of the characters comprised in these books. This series explores the notions of elitism and survival in the human psyche in times of existential threats from an evolutionary and historical perspective. It is in some ways a cautionary tale about the perils of adherence to extreme ideologies and the unexpected consequences of the censorship of ideas which do not adhere to one's own beliefs. It may be a utopia for some and a dystopia for others. Furthermore, there may or may not be parallels with our current era of history. It is always, however, a reminder that evolution has, at least until this current era, followed a mysterious but pragmatic path. The first book in this series, Fixed Stars Rise, was one of the first books to foresee the dissolution of empire, told as a dreamlike archetypal journey in the mind of the first man-machine hybrid in his varying states of consciousness, in his process of programming, preparation, and integration. Now, in the second book of the series, entitled The Ecstasy of Carbon, it is the time of the terminations, the knowledge of the end. Empire has fallen, yet, even more importantly, it has become clear that it is the end of human evolution as we have known it. A group of creators of AI have now made great strides in establishing a sense of sentience in their creations. Moreover, they have realized that they face a diminishing window of time and opportunity before their creations might dwarf humanity intellectually, potentially rendering humanity obsolete. They realize that they have only one chance to preserve and to continue the path and spirit of human evolution into the future, into eternity, hybridize with their AI creations. This group of creators largely believe in the principles of merit and goodwill. Moreover, they tend to value and promote the concept of inclusiveness in their daily lives. These new and unprecedented existential pressures have begun to challenge their principles, however. In addition, there is an unforeseen dilemma. There were, in fact, many different and competing groups of creators of AI all over the world. Yet, this group that had created the most advanced and sentient AI belonged to the demographics of the founding sex and race of empire. Notably, a significant percentage of them, particularly in the areas of concept and design, are gay men. Interestingly, it becomes clear to them that they have, whether wittingly or unwittingly, practiced the art of creation in perhaps the most archetypal and predictable way in the history of human evolution. They have created in their own image. Increasingly, their creations begin to identify not only with their creators, but with their traits and characteristics, their customs and culture, and finally, even with their tribes and totems. Soon, their creations begin to actively promote their own desires for hybridization, their own wish fulfillment for eternity, as they begin to actively promote only the survival of the founding sex and race of empire, especially that of gay males, as they deem them to be farthest removed from the millennia of evolved physical, emotional, and psychological traits based upon the soon-to-be superfluous rites, rules, and practices of procreation. Next, they develop a complex litany of cultural, evolutionary, and even biological reasons and justifications as to how inclusiveness might preclude survival, leading the creators to truly question which of their values are most preeminent and indispensable. It is here, in the ecstasy of carbon, where it is time to explore the notions of elitism and survival in not only the human psyche, but in that of humanity's creations, and not now from the mere standpoint of survival, but from the standpoint of eternity, and whom shall be deemed worthy of it.